All right, this is Frank Keeney, and I am in my series of others that I've interviewed. I've been wanting to get Eric on here for a long time. Eric and Thomas. Is it Tomas or Thomas?
Same thing, Tom.
Same thing. Okay. So because they have had some amazing results. So he was telling me a little bit about the kinds of results that have happened. So when he started in my mastermind, he was only doing about $1,200 a day in sales. And you have to know Eric and Thomas, they're very aggressive about what they do. They were really looking to scale that up. They weren't satisfied with that amount of money. And they're now doing around $20,000 a day in sales, and they're looking at crossing the 3 million mark for this year. So I'm so glad to have you here. So tell me a little bit about why, we talked a little bit before we started the stream about why you decided to join my mastermind. Can you tell me a little bit about that decision?
Yeah, definitely. We were able to achieve some, low level of success with automatic bidding, with image ads, and eventually there came a point where that stopped being consistent and almost all out stopped working. So we needed to find an alternative. We wanted to grow the business. We wanted to grow the Facebook ad side of the business, but it wasn't possible anymore with image ads and with automatic bidding. And I'm sure some people out there will one day encounter that if they haven't encountered that already. So we pretty much found out about you being like the video wizard. And, we needed help. We needed help to figure out how are we going to bring this to the next level if we can't get our video ads going? How are we going to bring this to the next level, spending a few hundred a day? So it was just a gradual process. We needed to find a solution.
So you said primarily you're looking for help with the video ads. I remember when you first started, I think you were running an image ad, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that you would have to those ads wouldn't last very long. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. They wouldn't last long, and CPAs would be too high.
Okay, and then so tell me a little bit about remind me a little bit about the process it was when you started making your first video, and then we have our regular group calls and the feedback. Kind of what was your perspective of going through that process of that first video and then getting it edited and refined and so forth?
So yeah, we already had at this point, I think we already had one or two videos that we filmed on our own. But again, it was also promising. Most of our money was still made through images. So yeah, that's when you came into place, and that's when we got access to the platform, to the very valuable calls with you, where we could literally show you the videos and dissect the videos and understand, what was wrong, how we needed to film, how we needed to sell the product overall, because you're selling a product in the video. So that definitely made a huge difference. Didn't happen overnight. Obviously, we had a lot of things to kind of correct, and so it was more kind of a back and forth with you, and you were able to give us the right advices, the right guidance, and then that translated into a winner. And as you know, it's only through winners that you scale campaigns on Facebook or any platform. So that was already for us a huge break. We were able to, maximize a lot of money through that. So very, very grateful again, Frank, for your guidance and for the knowledge you kind of transmitted to us. So that's something that we apply to nowadays. Obviously, now we have some sort of a guideline where we kind of applying the same strategies towards all the other ads that we're doing.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the most important. Yeah. And at the end of the day, for us, it's been the most important part of the training, and it'll continue to be. It's once you have your outline of what you need to do with your video ads, it's there. It's a blueprint. You just need to recreate. You have different angles, you have different ideas you want to implement in the video ads, but once you've got that blueprint, it's priceless, because you can continue to keep churning out profitable video ads that make a difference. They get low CPAs and a lot of conversions. So it's truly important.
Right. And so now, probably your image ads, I would imagine they may have worked, each one of them, when you go cycle through them, probably worked for, maybe a month or two. Give me an idea of how long your video ads have lasted and for your in your ads.
Yeah, I mean, I would say I would look at it like this. We've had video ads that have lasted over, so let's go from images being days to weeks to videos being in the months territory. But what I would say is, for anybody who wants to scale on Facebook and make more money with Facebook, is that I can attribute a few $1,000s each to image ads. I can attribute hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue to video ads. And that's the key, is that with the longevity and with the consistency, you can churn a lot of revenue out of video ads that you couldn't out of image ads.
So with a properly created video ad, you're getting the video ad lasts longer. So that means that you don't have to continually go back to square one and start something else up. It lasts a long time. Your CPAs are much lower. And then your overall, so your profitability is quite a bit higher with less work on your end. Am I saying that correctly?
And I'll add that as well. You could also, this is also a big part of video ads on Facebook, is you could create all those cool, like, kind of custom audiences that you will monetize on the back end. So anybody who viewed your video for 25%, 50%, 75, 95%, these are audiences that you could hit. These are ways to expand your reach, grow. So yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of benefits to it for sure.
Mm-hmm. And so let's see. Okay, so I want to get on to some other questions here. So is this one first thing. So how did you first find out about my mastermind?
Oh man, this is a good one. So I don't know if a lot of people out there know that, but when we first started trying to learn manual bidding, I can't remember whose group it was, but you had the most legendary thread in that group of like a manual bidding kind of case study that you posted. Okay. And I remember you at one point in this like case study that you were posting in this Facebook group, you were like updating it like gradually, like, oh, manual bids are doing this for me today. Oh, end of the day, almost halfway through the day, we're at this level. And I'm like, what is this guy talking about? $1,000 budgets, $3,000 budgets, decent CPAs, purchases through the roof. So already that was a paradigm shift for us. We didn't even know that was possible. And that's kind of the key, which is in this journey, you think you know something, and then you learn something new and something new and something new. And that was the turning point for us, is realizing like, you were a real person that had results with video ads and manual bidding, two really important elements of scaling out any good Facebook business or campaign. So that was the start. Yeah.
All right. I want to talk a little bit about your origins in doing, your origins of e-commerce. So I imagine that the product the price you're selling now, how long ago did you actually start doing e-commerce?
Wow. About how long is it now?
2 years, over
2 years.
A little bit over 2 years, yeah.
Over 2 years.
Okay. And the products that you started selling and the products you're selling now, we're certainly not going to mention what those items are, but were they based on something that you're passionate about, like a hobby, or did you just see what the marketplace might want to buy? Or tell us a little bit about that.
Listen, at the end of the day, I think we can only give we can only say what's worked for us, but I think in any sort of entrepreneurial journey, you need to solve a pain point, you need to solve a problem. So it's useful and helpful if the hobby that you're passionate about solves a problem, but otherwise don't get discouraged. We didn't have a hobby or something that we wanted to pursue. We looked for something that solved a problem, that had pain points to it, and that most importantly had a strong audience that would help it scale eventually. Because the worst thing you want to do is invest a lot of time into something that does not have much scalability to it. That's how you make the real money at the end of the day, is with having a large audience that's interested in your product.
Mm-hmm. All right. And when you started off in the mastermind, I know you like were real. You were there on every call. You asked lots of questions. You always came up. You were always there with a question and a video for some feedback. So, what were some of the what do you remember as the first, like, as far as your advertising and your videos, those fundamental instructions that I gave you to help those ads work a lot better?
Oh wow. I'm going to be honest. We had no idea we were doing the video ads. So all of it was like a ta-da moment, was that big aha where you're like, whoa, I've been doing this wrong the whole time. This is not the way. There's how you think something works and the way it actually works. And that's the benefit of joining any sort of mastermind or training, especially yours. I mean, do you want to skip to the next level and start making money? Have somebody who knows what they're doing critiquing your videos. And in that case, that was you. You know, we tried our best. We followed your guidelines, and we would present a video at the call. You would break it down for us, and we had actionable advice that we can go ahead and start implementing right away. Yeah. And that's how you cut that. That's how you cut that process. You know, that's how you cut that down. That's how you shortcut success in a way. Is you get that constant feedback, and you can start implementing right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and what I remember is every single one of our calls that we had, you were there. You had something to show. And from one call to the next, you had when I broke it down on one call, like at the like the first one in the week, and then the next one in the week, you would come back after that first call. You had applied what we talked about, and many times you either tested the ad, or came back with saying, "Hey, Frank, we made all the changes you mentioned. Take a look at this again." And did you get the feedback that you were looking for?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing like the hands-on feedback. I mean, it's priceless. Having somebody critique it for you and point out all the things that you're doing wrong, tell you what you're doing good as well, but focus on getting the ad stronger. That's super important.
Yeah, I mean, getting the attention of your potential customer, that's absolutely critical. And then having all the other elements with the quality of your video, doing things at the right time within video, it makes a huge difference. Yeah. So many times I see that when someone thinks, hey, that I'm going to make a video and I'm going to do this like this, and so often when I see it, some of these videos are very, very nicely produced, but just the wrong things are in the wrong places. So it's getting everything in order and doing it in a way that will captivate your target audience.
And if I can add something there, it's attention to detail. It's, you can try to do things your way, or you can do them the way that you recommend. And I think, like anything else, it's a bit of a blueprint. So the closer you follow it, the better result you'll get. You choose not to follow it and do it your way,
right?
It'll take you longer. It's a risk. So once we started just following to a T how you recommended we do it, the result came quicker.
Great. Fantastic. So what do you think was the biggest obstacle for you that that I helped you overcome through that process?
We had no idea how to make a good video ad. I think that's the priceless part of the training. Is it's literally like a blueprint. Once you know how to make an effective video ad, you can duplicate this in different niches, different styles of ads, different products. So I think right at square one, we didn't know how to make an effective video ad. Mm-hmm. And that was the game changer in itself.
So if there was one thing that would be like the number one transformational thing that you came out of this, what do you think that would have been in the mastermind?
Yeah, so definitely the creative part. I think definitely the creative part, because we had already a product that we knew was kind of proven. We already had results with it, but that aspect of again, like the aspect of the videos and exploiting that and really like being able to master that was for us the whole purpose of joining the program. And the end result of that was our success, because obviously that's directly related. We're running at this point 95% of video ads. So that changed our complete approach on even like pushing traffic on Facebook, right? So it's definitely that's definitely like the first. That's why we joined the program, and we got all our value back 10 times. You know, like so.
Sounds like a little bit more than 10 times to me.
Again,
earnings disclaimer. No.
Like Eric said, it's all about like being humble enough to understand that you don't have all you're not as smart as you think you are, and that there's always people doing it better out there.
Oh, yeah.
So if you can, if you have the intelligence to go out there and seek information from people who know, then it'll make your life easier. It's a shortcut.
Right. So, okay, you said 95% video. Why not 100%?
Because believe it or not, we still like making some money through images and for anybody who will click on a video ad, you'll still have this, I guess, 5% who click on the image.
Sure.
Why not exploit that, right? As long as there's a result, we'll keep on building. We'll keep on building on it. So yeah.
Right. So, what would be for those that are watching this? What would be your number one piece of advice that you would give to them?
Number one piece of advice. Wow. I don't know if it's one thing, but okay. I kind of do. Maybe I think one of the most important things besides tactics and besides strategies is, in our experience, we can only speak for ourselves, was sticking to one thing. I think a lot of people out there maybe don't understand this, and maybe we'll be an example to them. This product that we're at the verge of hitting 3 million with, it's one product, it's one funnel. So focusing your attention, go deep on one thing. Don't give up just because one product isn't working. Validate your idea, get your data. You're not wasting money, you're gathering data, run your ads, run them smartly, but run them. And once you find something that has that potential based on numbers, not based on feelings, really push with it. Because I'm telling you, there were times where we maybe hadn't even hit $50,000 in revenue yet, and we're like, man, this product won't work. This product won't work. But again, adding the video ads to it, adding the right manual bidding strategies to it, aiming more towards a branded approach rather than a fly-by-night approach, all these little things really made the difference. So I think, maybe sometimes people are trying to look for the hottest thing or the new thing. Sometimes it's good to stick with one thing and become the master at it and really understand your audience's pain points, really understand where they're coming from so your ads can speak better to them, your videos can be more influential and effective with them. And I think that would be like the main point that gets missed a lot of times.
Yeah, that's so true. Stick with one thing. So many times people get distracted by these shiny objects, whether it be some new app or plugin or something, or just going from one product to another too fast. And just so many distractions. You stick to one thing. Yeah. So for people listening, that are looking to start or scale their e-commerce business, what would you say to them?
Wow. So if you're looking to start, I guess that's the first one. If you're looking to start, it's kind of a big process, but it's simple when you know what to do. Look for pain points, markets and niches. Look for things that people need to, how would I put it? People don't want to prevent a problem. They want to fix a problem. So what you need to do is provide something that'll fix their problem. You want to find a market or a niche or a group of people that are going to be around for a while. We recommend for sure evergreen niches, evergreen products, things that will always be around. If you start with the foundation, the correct foundation and the right fundamentals, there's no reason you can't succeed. And I really do mean that. I mean, that's been our case. So if you already start with those basic things, then researching products, researching all these other things, you'll be able to pull it off. You really will. So that's what I would recommend for the starting point. And then for scaling, video ads is big. You have to look into manual bidding, having the right systems in place. That's another thing we didn't bring up, but that's an added bonus. If they join your mastermind, I'm sure you're going to teach the stuff about building your team, the people you need in place, negotiating with suppliers, etc., stuff like that.
Very important.
That is super key to scale. If you don't have the right systems and foundation in place, you won't be able to scale. you'll crash and burn and fizzle out. So that's something that I know that we learned from you and that they'll gain from you. So that's important as well for the scaling part.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I think that I really appreciate both of you coming on. Just stand by. Just stay on just for a moment after I stop it. But we're so grateful that you've been able, you graciously agreed to come on and express this to everyone here. And all right, we're going to end the stream right now. And